Hiya.
Hello.
It's Tuesday the 9th of April and we've had a fairly busy week, or weekend.
Yeah. I was working last week and I'm trying to work 4 days a week at the moment, so I sort of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then have Saturday, Sunday, Monday here, because we're at that time of year where it's like an explosion of things that you need to do. Everything in Bulgaria, once it starts growing, it just goes nuts.
It does.
We've cut the grass twice now. This weekend we trimmed the vineyard, Teresa cut the grass out here. Just keeping on top of it is a nightmare. So we did that, but the other thing we've done is carried on with the summer kitchen.
It's not finished.
It's not finished, no.
Has been a bit enthusiastic, wasn't it? Ambitious. With what else we had to do.
Well, with everything else, but we want to keep going and get it done. We've got Vida, my sister, coming over in May. Definitely want it. Well, it's going to be done way before then, but it might not have all the titivation of plastering it and everything by the time she comes, but it will be finished and we'll be able to cook on it. So this is what we've done with the summer kitchen in the last few days. So the work surface is now all shuttered up. I'm hoping that these are just support blocks. The centre one's staying. These are just supports. I'm hoping that once it's all done, I'll be able to jack it up just slightly, just enough, only enough to take the pressure off the blocks and slide them out. And then these pieces of chipboard should just, or sterling board, should just slide out, or drop out rather, leaving a nice solid worktop for building the barbecue and cooking area. Hopefully it'll all go to plan. We'll see. So that's the work surface all made. Just got to hope that no cats jump on there while it's drying, but that can stay there for 2 or 3 days while I'm working elsewhere. That's a good 5 inches deep, so that'll be pretty solid. It's a strong mix. It's a 4-3-2 mix, so it's pretty strong with rebar and bits of metal and stuff in there. Now it's just the usual thing of tidying up, cleaning the cement mixer, and job's a good one. So continuing with the summer kitchen, I'm now going to put the columns either side that will hold beam that will hold the roof up. I've got to put some rebar down just as a strength for strength, so hoping it's going to work. It's a stone or something there. So this is going to be the sides of the barbecue. These are two mirror images. The idea being that I'm going to fill this with a fire cement or fire concrete that I'm going to make up. These are going to be the slots where the grill goes. So if you imagine, this is the back, this is the front. On the inside you've got slots where the grill goes, and you can put it out, put it higher or lower. These are going to be tubes going through it for, we've got a rotisserie, so I can have a rotisserie on it as well. I've checked all the levels, so this will be the top, that will be the bottom, this will be the back, and like I say, they're mirror images, so you'll see once it come out the mould, that'll be both sides. That's the plan anyway. For the mortar, I've got some fire cement, so I'm going to mix 2 parts fire cement, 1 part normal cement, some quartz sand, and I thought of an aggregate to use that wasn't going to be affected by the heat. So what I decided to do was crushed glass. It should all be packed within the concrete, so there shouldn't be sharp edges. It's a good way of using up some old glass, and hopefully it'll work okay. There's a little bit of rebar for some stiffening and some chicken wire as well that I'll lay in once I put the first lot down. So that's the plan. Being the fool that I am, I forgot I wasn't recording. So that's the first layer of concrete in, the rebar and the chicken wire, which like like an idiot, I forgot I put glass in there as an aggregate, and there's me pushing this down to get into the cement, and I cut my hand. Kind of thing I do all the time. I'm not particularly worried if this side isn't perfect, because I've got another cunning plan. I'm out of this, and an ingredient I forgot to mention that I put in is sodium silicate, which is water glass. I don't really like using water glass in my cement mixer, because I've used it before, and if you're not careful it goes off really quick. You have to. I made the mistake once of putting it in before water, and it sort of almost like glazed the inside of my cement mixer, so it took a hell of a lot of cleaning. But what I was going to do here is this is obviously going to be the outside. So I'm hoping I can kind of decorate it with some bits of old tile.
What are you doing?
This is the outsides of the two sides of the thing. I'm just decorating them. I'm nearly done. I've just got to quickly wash down.
Can we eat? It's
Yeah,
27.
I didn't realise that's what the time is. Hang on, I just need a tiny bit more. That'll do. That's it. I'll leave it for a couple of days. Hopefully, be good. So another little project I have on the go, which according to Teresa I have too many little projects on the go and I never finish one before I start another. But what I don't think she realises is a lot of these things you can't carry on straight away. Because concrete needs to dry before you can do anything too much. So in the meantime, I've got other things I can be doing. So, like I say, the other project I've got is I was going to make a solar water heater just an old-fashioned sort with copper tubing, and hopefully this will supply some hot water to the summer kitchen, save having any sort of water heater out here. So the outsides and the insides of all the copper tubing and copper fittings have to be cleaned up, ready for fluxing and soldering together. So it's about 2 hours later. Everything's been, all the metalwork's been cleaned up. So somehow I've managed to pull something in my shoulder doing this. But so now everything's got to be put together. Oh, bloody hell. Everything's got to be fluxed up, put together and then soldered. I'm going to do the lengths first. So it's just really a case of fluxing the insides. I'll probably use far more flux than I need to, but wipe off the excess. Other end. That's it. Now I've just got to work my way along, doing the whole lot and laying them out. Jeez, what have I done? So as I started putting these things together, it became apparent my back was absolutely killing me. So I enlisted my glamorous assistant help, Teresa. She came out and then passed me down the bits so I could assemble it on the ground without having to keep standing up, bending down. Now it's a case of assembling it all, ready to solder up, which isn't easy. Well, it's not proving easy, because I've done something to my, I pulled a muscle or something. So Teresa's passing me bits, save me keep getting up and down to do it. Watching copper piping being put together is quite boring, so here are some tulips to watch while we were doing it. I've now cut to the end and you can see it being soldered rather than just assembled. Right, so that's the soldering done. I'll probably put far more solder on than I need to, but I'm not a professional plumber. I've just got one joint that I'm not happy with, but if I try and melt it off to redo it, it'll make more mess. So if needs be, I can always seal that with some sealant. All the others are okay. And Dexter's shouting at the sheep. I won't get this finished this week because I need the wood from the moulds and everything that I've been doing with the concrete for the summer kitchen, but I'll carry on with this as a project in the next video. So we've had a good day strimming today. Teresa's been out mowed the grass and I've been up trimming the vineyard. What we want to do now though is carry on with the summer kitchen. So it's not a very good angle to show you, but essentially we need to take all those old tiles off because the roof's going to come down with we've got a whole load of spare tiles from when the house roof was done, so we're going to do them with the same tiles, plus obviously because it's got to be extended. So those tiles now have all got to come off. It's definitely a hawk, it's not a...
It's getting closer.
Yeah, no, it's not a sparrowhawk. It's too big for a sparrowhawk. I'll have to look and see what hawks are in this area. We've got a hawk flying over us. It's not a buzzard and it's not big enough to be an eagle or anything else. It's definitely a hawk.
It's quite big.
Yeah, it's bigger than a kestrel or anything like that, but I'm not sure what it is.
And yes, we're squinting because it is so sunny.
Extremely sunny.
And
so I hope that was interesting. We're trying to keep things going with the various projects. You get to points where you can't carry on with one thing, you have to move to another. While one thing's drying, you can be doing something else. So we've got sort of like the 3 projects or 4 projects now that are on the go. The summer kitchen, obviously, the wind turbine, the wind generator, what's going on in the polytunnel, and the solar water heater. These will all be, certainly the summer kitchen and the solar water heater will be completed in the next video or 2 videos. We've got this one out a bit quicker than we normally do, simply because I'm finding it that when I get home in the evening from working during the day, I would have sort of cracked on, and I was going to do some more concreting tonight, and I got back and it's so hot, I thought, I can't. So what else? So I thought,
well, you couldn't cook because I'd done it.
Trees were cooked, and then I thought, oh, I know, I'll get the drone out and we'll take some drone footage to put in the video, only to find all the batteries in the drone were dead.
They're on charge.
So they're on charge, so that there'll be a bit of drone footage in the next video as well. But in the meantime, it's all right, it's the sheep all coming back down again now. In the meantime, we get this one out, show you how we've been getting on. We're only about a week or 10 days from the last time. Are they good?
Going through the brush.
Yeah, they're breaking through the hedge. Not our hedge.
I think they're having fun. Funny 5 minutes.
After a lifetime of working on farms, I'm quite happy not to be up there having to look after the sheep. Although, talking to livestock, what's happening?
On the
Another project.
And, well, yeah, Ivan's got a little bit more building to do at home. Our friend and neighbour has arranged to get me some pointer lay pullets and a rooster, as he calls him. I'd say a cockerel, but there you go. So yeah, we got 10 chickens coming, which is something I've had most of my life, chickens. So it's a bit of a, you know.
Yeah, the only trouble here is we get jackals. Jackals.
I'll take them in the bedroom if I have to.
We get jackals, pine martins, all sorts of things that like eating chickens. So
I don't think Dex would like to be out in the chicken pen all night.
Yeah, sadly, a lot of Bulgarians they buy a little dog, or they pick up a little dog, leave them in the chicken run with the chickens all the time. I don't really want to do that.
Dexter would sit and cry.
Yeah, he would. So basically their chicken run is going to be Fort Knox. It's going to be a concrete block chicken house, shutting up at night, and a very secure run. I do intend to let them out, or we intend to let them out, so they free range during the day.
We've always done it.
Yeah, so they'll have to take their chances during the day, but at least we know that at night when they're locked up they should be pretty safe. I thought about making a wooden one, but two reasons really. Animals get into wood, you know.
Wood's so expensive here.
That's the other reason I was going to say. Rats, and they slowly gnaw their way and get into chicken houses made of wood. And the other thing is, in Bulgaria at the moment, wood is extremely expensive.
It's cheaper to do it with blocks.
Concrete blocks and cement are still relatively cheap over here compared to, say, the UK. But wood is just ridiculously expensive, and it's not even good wood. It's just, you know, very green pine.
Good wood.
Good wood. We used to live near Goodwood, so it's a standard joke. So that's that really, isn't it? I don't think there's much else.
No, it's lovely. All the vines are starting to, might be able to see above us, all starting to come out in leaves.
Yep, everything's starting to grow.
Yeah, the trees are all, it's lovely. It's all starting to sort of like
green up. And,
cover. It's nice.
I think Bulgaria in the winter is a bit like Spain in the summer.
Barren and bleak.
Yeah. Bulgaria stays green during the summer, a bit like the UK does. But everything seems to die off sort of October time, October, November, and then goes brown. And it looks like like Spain does in the summer when everything burns off. So you end up with a sort of, everything over the winter is brown and dull and looks burnt, even though it's wet and cold. But all through the summer, the spring and the summer, everything greens up and it's lovely. So
I may have to unpack the summer clothes tomorrow, because I'm still in sort of like
I've been in a
semi-winter.
Yeah, I've been in t-shirts all week.
Well, I've packed all mine away, so I need to unpack them.
Yeah. So it's warming up. It's getting really nice over here. Sorry for those in England who are still suffering rain and
like our
storms.
Kids and my horse.
Yeah. It's lovely over here.
It is lovely. It's been too hot actually this afternoon.
It's been pretty. Luckily, I've been painting indoors, so I haven't got too hot. Anyway, we're both rambling now, so we'll say goodbye and see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye bye.